This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 11th day of December in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Some tragic news to begin with. Police investigators from A Division traveled to the Linden-Suzdike Highway community of Kururu this morning, following the discovery of the lifeless bodies of a couple. The two dead persons have been identified as 34-year-old Nako Halley and her reputed husband, 48-year-old Alwyn Butcher. The woman is believed to be originally from Linden. The two bodies were discovered this morning in the couple's small wooden house by their children. Both bodies bore stab wounds. Investigators believe the woman was stabbed to death by the reputed husband, who later turned the knife on himself. The bloodied weapon was discovered near the man's body. It is suspected that the incident might have occurred overnight. The woman's body was discovered slumped on the floor while the man's body was found close to hers. Investigators have been speaking to persons in the area about the couple and whether they might have been anything that might have triggered the murder-suicide. Several villagers gathered at the scene of the crime as investigators launched their probe, which is ongoing this evening. More news coming up in a moment.
Everyone is talking about Fear, Fun and Fashion 2.0 happening on Saturday the 15th of December, an annual event presented by the MHS Old Students Association. We're touching down
on the lawns from 3 p.m.
with non-stop fun till midnight.
From educational booths to bounce castles, jump rope presentation, fashion display by Cetra, food, games and more.
Songs by DJ Kenny High and Movement.
It all goes down at MHS.
At the Fear, Fun and Fashion 2.0, Saturday the 15th of December.
Compliments of Banks DIH.
This Christmas, get a loan for your dream car with an extended repayment term. Spruce up your home with that renovation you always wanted and take advantage of low or no down payment. Get new appliances so you can cook up a storm. You'll get same-day approval. Plus, you can win a getaway to a destination of your choice. Visit RepublicGuyana.com today to find out how.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Christmas big, plus size big, big things big, we gone big, yeah. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas, Christmas big, plus size big, big things big, we gone big, yeah. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas, yeah. We giving you, yeah. We giving you. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas, yeah. We giving you, yeah. We giving you. It's GTT Christmas, Merry plus size Christmas.
Ho ho ho! It's the GTT plus size Christmas. There's always more to love with GTT. Terms and conditions apply. See gtt.co.gy for details.
Welcome back. We turn our attention to the courts. 38-year-old Julie Ferguson appeared before the chief magistrate this morning to face a charge of attempted murder. She is accused of stabbing fellow border market vendor Nigel George during an argument. The police prosecutor told the court that the incident occurred on the 7th of December. According to the case file, Ferguson provided the other vendor, Nigel George, with a quantity of Edelleaf Cataloo to sell for her. The woman expected the man to return with $600 from the sale, but he refused to hand over any money to her, and the two got into a row. It was during that row that the woman grabbed a knife and allegedly stabbed the man to the chest. He was rushed to the hospital where doctors were forced to perform an emergency surgery. The woman showed no remorse in court. However, the magistrate offered her bail in the sum of $250,000. The accused will make her next court appearance in January. Still in the courts as the trial continues into the $550 million cocaine and timber bust, one of the accused, popular motorcycling star Steven Vera, today denied any knowledge of the cocaine that was discovered in pieces of timber being prepared for export. In an unsworn statement read in court today, Vera said he had no knowledge of any drugs or narcotics being placed in any wood. He told the court that he also has absolutely no knowledge of any plan between the other accused, Hakim Mohammed and Narayan Lal, to export cocaine and lumber. Mr. Vera told the court that when he was hired by Narayan Lal to help him with the documents for the exports of the lumber, it had nothing to do with narcotics. He said he would never have accepted any employment if it was told to him that the narcotics were involved. He said the paperwork for the shipment was not filled out by him. And he also explained that he was never involved in the packing or preparation of any wood to be shipped. The motorcycling champion said on the day of inspection he showed up at the wharf with the inspector. He explained that the other accused, Hakim Mohammed, brought the wood and it was inspected in his presence and nothing was found in that. He claimed that it was Hakim Mohammed who told the inspector that the other truck had a mechanical problem and that inspection was called off. Vera said he left the area and returned home and has no knowledge about the second shipment and where that shipment came from. The bust took place last year and Vera was arrested after several days on the run. He has maintained his innocence in the matter. Now let's tell you that the Deputy Director of the State Assets Recovery Agency, Aubrey Retty-Meyer, in a statement to the Department of Public Information, has this spelled as nonsense. A Guyana Times article published today headlined Sarah Director takes home $4.7 million, assistant $3.3 million monthly. According to the article, the director and deputy director of the agency received monthly salaries of $4.7 million and $3.3 million respectively. But the deputy director said that is not so, and the Guyana Times did not understand the figures presented during the Committees of Supply in the National Assembly. Mr. Retty-Meyer has clarified that the SARA director, Dr. Clive Thomas, earns a monthly salary with allowances of just over $1 million. While his salary is $780,000 per month with allowances.
So we are here to dispel this nonsense and to say that our earnings and our monthly earnings are listed here for the public to see if they wish. Well, the actual salary, the basic salary for the director is $1 million a month, and with added allowances he moves up to $1,080,000. The assistant is $700,000. With some allowances, he moves up to $780,000 per month. Those figures are starkly different from the ones released by the Times, Guyana Times yesterday.
The deputy director said the Guyana Times published its article without accurately reading the charts presented in the Committee of Supply of the National Assembly yesterday during the consideration of the Budget 2019 estimates.
Beacon of truth amongst a mountain of lies. It's evident to us that someone in that newspaper room is unable to read or unwilling to read the chart given yesterday accurately. The figures that were read included, in addition to the monthly salary, vacation allowances, gratuity, and a number of other things which combined to give that column 6116. I have with me a document which clearly outlined the monthly salary of every employee in that agency. It is ridiculous to think that at this time, people would simply look at the figures. I am sure that some of the senior ministers do not make $4 million a month. I couldn't see how someone would think that the director of SARA and his assistant will be making $4 million and $3 million respectively.
He said the figures presented by the Guyana Times were completely false. Let's tell you now that the ExxonMobil company today donated over $8.3 million worth of specialized equipment to the University of Guyana's Faculty of Natural Sciences. UG Vice Chancellor Professor Ivelaw Griffith welcomed the gesture by the company and said the initiative of the company will fall into the university's efforts to reinvent itself.
The faculty who lost their equipment didn't just whine and throw up their arms. They reached out to the senior leadership of the university to do something. It matters that in the context of the doing something, we reached out to build a partnership. And it matters, it counts, that ExxonMobil responded to that outreach.
The university had made a request to the company following a fire back in 2015, which destroyed a section of the Faculty of Natural Sciences that housed equipment for various departments. Exxon's country manager Rod Henson said it has been envisioned that Guyana will develop beyond its current stature, and initiatives such as these will ensure all are prepared to benefit from the expected future economy.
As many of you know, education is extremely important to ExxonMobil. It's one of our focus areas, and in particular STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, we believe over the next 10 years that the change and growth in Guyana is going to be truly historic, and not only in more and better infrastructure, but in bringing Guyana to the forefront of technology. And there are going to be many great opportunities for those that are prepared.
The Dean of the Faculty of Natural Sciences, Calvin Bernard, offered thanks and praise to the company for its initiative. Exxon plans to continue its relationship with the University of Guyana. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.